Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this new episode of the Ginja Bo podcast. We're back. We took a week break last week. Well, yeah, last week. So you might not notice an episode for uploaded this week because we just took a break since it was the holidays. We thought it was appropriate, and we both had some stuff to do. So, yeah. So we apologize if there's no episode next week. What?
We now have 2 weeks worth of games to talk about in theory.
That is true. That is true. To be fair, I hadn't been playing anything new, and well, that's not true. That's not true. I have tried a few games, so.
Okay.
So yeah. Do you want to get us started?
Yeah, I mean, all I've done the last couple of weeks is everything Star Wars I can find. I've been on an absolutely massive Star Wars kick, and it's been great.
It's always fun to have a big Star Wars.
Been watching movies. I've been watching spin-offs. Been playing the games. It's great.
Yeah, but I mean, I've played with you, SWTOR.
Yeah, Star Wars: The Old Republic. That's probably the main game I've been playing at the moment is Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is a lot of fun. I'm tempted to subscribe to it.
It's fun. It's fun. It's good when you play it like all in a. When you get really into it and just play it for a while, if you're subscribed. The thing is, sorry, I'm a bit tired. The thing is, when you're subscribed, you literally I just literally just play that because I feel like if I don't play it, I'm just wasting my money. So
yeah, you want to get your money's worth from it.
Oh yeah. I mean, not like it's expensive to subscribe. It's like
I mean, it's $8.99.
Is it?
Yeah, $8.99 to subscribe.
Okay, it's not that
subscribe
cheap.
for 1 month.
Yeah, for 1 month.
Yeah, I mean it's a standard price for any sort of subscription game.
Yeah.
Like World of Warcraft, I think is more expensive and stuff. To be honest.
Oh yeah. WoW is more expensive.
But yeah, it's about as much as most games of that would be. But no, it's still fun. I've not even done that much of it at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw your stream today, where you were finishing. Yeah, you haven't got in your ship yet, right?
I was just about to get the ship.
Yeah, I saw.
I would have got it, but the internet kept dying. So
yeah.
I'm tempted. To be honest, after this, I might get my ship off stream just because I want to see what my ship looks like.
It's a big event, but
I know
it's really.
I want to see it. And I've been enjoying. I started a smuggler playthrough as well, so I could play as a good guy. I might start a good Jedi playthrough as well. Just like I'm gonna try and work through all of the storylines.
I suggest playing each story at a time because you get very confused if not. If you play the first time, I did the bit by bit on my old account, but then I just realized I just got confused. I logged back into an account and I was like, "The fuck is going on?" I'm so confused.
How long is each playthrough?
Long.
Each storyline.
Long.
Okay, so it's a very long for each of them.
Let me think. 20 hours.
Okay, so yeah,
30 hours. No, maybe more. 30 hours, I think.
No, I guess it depends how much of the extra stuff you do.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean 30 hours without doing anything extra. Wait. Is it? No, okay, maybe not 30. 20. I'd say 20 though, without doing any extra stuff. It's roughly 20 hours.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
if you count, there's a lot of planets to explore. For every section, there's 3 chapters, and for every chapter there's roughly 3 planets on average, plus stuff in the middle. So as interludes between each chapter, so you're counting about let's see, 3 hours a planet, 3 hours a planet. No, depending on how quick you are. You can get a planet done in 2 hours, to be fair, if you're very quick.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So you're counting about 9 hours a chapter.
Okay, fair enough.
or 6.
But yeah,
So roughly
a
20
very
hours.
long game.
Yeah. It's if you want to get all the classes done, it's very, very long. Plus, there's like now there's the expansions, which apparently are really good, especially the later ones, and those are very long. And there's Rise of the Hutt Cartel, which was the first one, Shadow of Revan, then Knights of the Fallen Empire. Wait, there's one before. There's something of the New Empire. I can't remember. There's two that one of them is called Knights of the Fallen Empire, and then the last one that came out is Onslaught. So I think there's roughly 5 expansions, 5 or 6.
It's pretty damn good.
Maybe there's one I'm missing. There's a lot though.
But no, it's a good game. Like it's just the gameplay is at the moment is just sort of classic MMO, sort of run around, kill this many of this thing. But at least it has an actual story to go with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that really kept me in, because not the gameplay. Definitely the gameplay is the worst bit. Like it gets pretty stale pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah,
it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it gets a bit boring after a while.
Yeah, but I mean, I quite like that. I know it's a bit repetitive, but I kind of quite enjoy that sort of play style. Like I've always sort of enjoyed MMOs. Like not for, I'd probably get bored of it relatively quickly, but in general, I quite like it.
It's okay. Like if you haven't played it in a while, or you are just getting into it, you don't mind it too much, especially if you're on a big Star Wars high. But after a while, in my opinion, like when I was playing with you, I really couldn't get that much back into it, because it's just it's so, like, the gameplay is so slow, in my opinion. It gets very slow. It's just go there, kill these guys within the same way, because it remains in the same way, because once you learn the pattern of your abilities, it's okay, do this, press this, chain it with that, pass to the next guy, do the same thing. It gets pretty repetitive. So you end up using only like 4 or 5 abilities out of a lot that you have. You could use the other ones, but why? They're not going to help you kill the enemies.
I'm already starting to find that a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's, I don't know. It's okay, but it's not my. It gets pretty old pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, that's why I'm sort of putting off paying for a subscription for it, because I'm not sure how I'm going to actually find it once I played a little bit more, and I don't want to have paid $8.99 for a game that I'm like, oh yeah, I don't actually enjoy this anymore, or I don't.
I mean, it's worth paying it once, just because you get a lot of quality of life upgrades, just because of that.
Yeah, so yeah, I am tempted to do it once now, or when I start playing again, just so I get those perks, and then like immediately cancel so it doesn't renew itself.
Yeah, so it is worth doing it once. I'd suggest doing it once, because you get all the expansions, access to all the expansions, and like you don't get a level cap, and it's just you get
the storage and stuff as well, which would be useful.
Yeah, you get also that. You just get a lot of quality of life updates, which are really useful. And also it's not that much. $8.99 is very cheap, considering the amount of content you get. It's a very good bargain.
Yeah, as I was saying, if you think of it as just you're paying $8.99 for a game,
exactly,
that's fine. Exactly. It's just obviously when it starts renewing, it's after a couple of renewals, it's like, oh, this is more expensive than the most recent PS5 game or something.
Oh no, of course, but I haven't reached that. Okay, so I got the game. When I bought the game, it was already free to play, but I bought like a bundle which had like some cool cosmetics, and so a really cool speeder from Knights of the Old Republic, like the what you call it, not the pod race, The thing you use to race in Knights of the Old Republic, which is the big ship thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
just don't know what they're called. I've been
Yeah.
playing through Knights of the Old Republic, but I'm not that far.
It's right at the start, but well, never mind.
As in, I've gotten off. I've started playing Knights of the Old Republic. I've gotten off the big spaceship you start on, and that is it. I've not even left like the starting room of the planet.
Yeah. Oh, then fair enough. But yeah, you get that pod race thing, which I thought was really cool because I played it. I don't know, I enjoyed it, and you get other like cosmetics. Plus, it gave me 2 months of subscription included. And then when I came back to playing it in lockdown, I paid 1 month of subscription. And so in total, I've probably spent 30 quid on the game. And which is not cheap, but considering the amount I've played nearly through 4 entire class stories, and yeah.
So you got your money's worth.
Oh yeah, definitely,
for sure,
definitely. But yeah, it's a good game. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's the stories are not all of them are that good. I've played through nearly 4 of them, and by far the ones I've had the most fun is, well, Sith Inquisitor. That was a fun one. Jedi Knight, very classic Star Wars story. Very, very classic, like Chosen One story. I really enjoyed the Jedi Knight one. You get to meet like the big baddies. It's a very nice story. And Smuggler is fun. It's the first one I played, though that wasn't my favorite. Quite forgettable, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I've started Smuggler, and it's good so far, but it's a bit classic.
It's classic, but it's just, if you ask me...
Oh no, you've been betrayed.
Yeah.
Get your
Apart
revenge.
from that, yeah. But also, like, later on, it develops another plot, and it's okay, but it's not that great.
Do I have to get the Death Star plans to the Republic?
No, nothing like that. But
okay,
you do end up siding with the Republic.
I mean, yeah, but that's because it's a light side story.
Yeah.
So
but it's not like you just get to be the smuggler and you get to have like a plot on its own where it's just you end up like working for the Republic whether you want it or not.
You just end up being Han Solo.
Kind of, yeah, it's very similar. Yeah.
Just like being a smuggler, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm like a captain in the Republic now for some reason.
Yeah. But the by far the best one I've played so far is the Imperial Agent. That's which you wouldn't think, but probably the most underrated class of all. Because who the hell thinks of, oh, I want to be an Imperial officer? Yeah, well, some people do. But I'm glad that one has the coolest story out of all. It's full of intrigue. It's full of like subplots, and every time you feel like you're doing something important. And that one is an actual good story. So I would recommend playing Imperial Agent. But first, I'd suggest playing Jedi Knight.
Yeah, no, that's one I was wanting to do.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been playing a bit of Star Wars game. I got on sale Battlefront 2, and have been playing that with.
I've seen you playing that a lot.
Yeah, I've been playing that with John, the editor of the podcast, and because he has it. He had it before me, and I tried it off of him, and yeah, I thought it's fun. I mean, they fixed everything. I know it had a shaky launch. Okay, not a shaky launch, a terrible launch. It was riddled with microtransactions, but now it's fine. It's a playable game. It's not perfect by all means. There's still some balancing issues because in order to upgrade your heroes, you need to grind. So you need to actually play them, making it kind of annoying because you're just there, I don't know, playing against people who already have grinded like skill cards, and you're just inferior, of course, because they've grinded and they have higher skill cards. So often, especially now, it's saturated with just with mostly expert players or long-term players. So you don't get much. Like, it's always hard because they clearly have way more experience than you. But I don't know. It's also nice because there's not like any long waiting times. There's a very solid player base. Like any mode I join pretty quickly. I usually don't wait over a minute. Which, to be fair, for a multiplayer, for a non-top, like non-most picked multiplayer game. By most picked, I mean like stuff like, I don't know, League of Legends or Fortnite or Overwatch, which I play too. There's not much difference in waiting time. If you're gonna play, playing on Star Wars, if you compare it to playing damage on Overwatch, damage class on Overwatch, you wait way more playing damage class than on Battlefront. It's pretty quick. So it's good. It has a solid player base, and I've been enjoying it. It's fun. It's well done. It's very satisfying now. It's quite balanced, and it's fun playing all the factions and on all the maps. And and the story is it's okay. It's not great. It's a bit grey road.
I was very tempted to get Star Wars Battlefront on PlayStation, but then I also have to pay for PlayStation Online in order to actually play it with people.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
And I don't want to get it on PC because I'm not a fan of shooters on my PC. I don't handle shooters with a mouse. I've never been good at them. I know people say it's a lot better to do.
It is. I was gonna say, don't get it in console because aiming with a controller is horrible.
I can't aim for shit with a mouse, but I can aim alright with a controller.
How can you not aim with a mouse? It's so much better.
I just can't. I've never been good at it.
I've never enjoyed doing it. How? It's so easy. You point the mouse in the direction you want it to go, and it goes there. It doesn't lag behind like an. How can you use an? I honestly hate analog sticks. I feel that like they're the clunkiest shit in the world. When playing shooters.
Nothing but console games, so I am good with a controller. Even when I play on my computer, so if the game allows me to use a controller, I will use a controller.
No, I just can't. It's so. Oh my god! Like I get the appeal of the controller. I think it's vastly superior for games like, I don't know, adventure games or stuff like, I don't know, you know what I mean, like non-first-person games. I think it's way better for anything that doesn't involve aiming or like, which involves, I don't know, Batman. Controller is way better for the Arkham series. It's way smoother. I've played on both, and I probably prefer controller. Or stuff like, I don't know, fighting games. You can't play a fighting game or a platformer. Like playing a platformer on the PC with a keyboard, no. I'm sorry, but no. Fighting games, even worse. What have you sent me? Jar Jar? Oh, God.
Sorry. Sorry, I saw
so
that.
So for context, Ginja just sent me this a picture of Jar Jar Binks in a full leather bodysuit with a bald gag. And with captioned Jar Jar Kings. It's beautiful. I love it.
I just saw it and I had to share. We're talking Star Wars, I had to share.
It's funny, to be fair. But yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I get why people like control. I get why it's better on action adventure games, because of course, or in RPGs. Yeah, it's way better. But I'm sorry, no, not for shooting. I so don't get your. You're wrong, my friend. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
I'm right for myself.
No, you're wrong.
I can't. I've
Sorry,
tried playing stuff
you're just wrong even for yourself.
I've tried playing shooting games on my computer. I just don't. It doesn't go well for
Yeah,
me.
do you use a trackpad? No, you said you use a mouse.
No, I use a mouse. That's what I was saying. Is I use a mouse and I just don't get on with it.
How? I just
I
don't get
know,
it.
just
How?
don't.
Oh well. It's just so weird for me to understand. Like, it's so much better in my opinion. It's just you aim and it goes there. Oh well. Never mind. You know what I think is a very underrated way of aiming in video games?
What?
Motion control.
Oh god, yeah.
I think it's great.
Okay.
Like motion controls, they're so. I don't know if you've ever tried aiming on like a good stable motion control. It's vastly superior to, to analog sticks, but anything is vastly superior to analog sticks. But also to mouse, in my opinion, it's just way more responsive. I think it's if you like, you can. I feel like you can get the handling of once you get a handle of how to aim properly. I just remember aiming on the Wii of all platforms was great because you could actually like perfectly map where the cursor was going to how you were feeling it in the hand. Whilst on the mouse, I felt like it lagged a bit. Not lagged, but like it didn't feel as precise. It's harder to feel a full like Z and Y. Wait, Z and X. No, Y and X. X and Y. Coordinate. Like with a mouse, it's slightly harder if you're on a screen. But with the motion controls, I don't know what it is. I just love it. I love it. Hello?
But yeah. Hello. Yeah. No,
I thought I lost you.
No, I've never tried a game like shooting with a motion controller. Really, I can't think of anything I've tried that uses it. I don't get on. Again, I'm not good with motion controllers either. I'm just not good at games. Let's just say that.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not good at games either. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm a game god. I suck at games too. Don't get me wrong. You should see how I'm playing Battlefront, Overwatch even. Like I barely got into. No, I got into gold ranking, but gold is pretty shit anyway. So yeah, like even on Battlefront, it's not like I'm great. God, you should see how easily I just miss all the enemies. And yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired today. Had a long day.
It's not even. It's 7 o'clock for you. But...
It is 7 o'clock for me. But yeah. But you know, who knows when I'll be back? Who knows? Ideally soon, but lockdown and everything. And I mean, the fact is, everything is online for me. And if I have to go back to where I'm just locked inside and can't go anywhere, at least here in Italy, you can go outside. So
I'm gonna say,
I'm just gonna
stay there for now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is getting a bit taxing, staying with my parents. I must say, I have been with them for 2 weeks, I think now. So it's getting a bit heavy. I feel like I need some freedom. But also, I can't even go out because they've announced yesterday the big national lockdown. So I'm like, great, can't even get into the country. Well, I mean, I think I can get into the country, but it's not worth the hassle. No,
there's no point,
especially because it's gonna last till March. I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna come back before the end of lockdown because it's probably gonna end as I just said, like mid-March. But like, I'm definitely not now. I was planning to go back on the 16th, I think, but that's not happening. And so yeah, probably mid-February, if not the start of March. So yeah. Mad times we live in, indeed, mad times.
Indeed, we do.
Have you watched Mando?
No, I'm still getting through the Star Wars films. I finished watching the 7th one now, so I've watched 1 through 7 again. I keep meaning to watch the 8th and the 9th one, but every time I go to start, I just kind of look at them and it's like, everyone tells me these are really shit, and I don't know if I want to commit 2 hours to sitting, or 2 or 4 hours, both of them, to watching a film that people say is really bad.
I mean, they're both movies you should watch, I think.
Yeah.
Like, despite... don't get me wrong, I don't like any of the of the sequels trilogy. And I dislike all of them equally. There's people who say, this one is better, this one is better. No, they're all bad, in my opinion. There's no singular vision. The vision they started with was flawed, ultimately. Because if you just look at The Force Awakens, it's just a carbon copy of A New Hope. It's identical.
Yeah.
It's identical. There's nothing new introduced.
I think it's not that... The idea of it being pretty much the same isn't that bad, because part of the point of it was to introduce Star Wars to a new generation. Yeah, so I don't mind it too much.
No, but you can do it easily. Yeah, but you can do that easily with just a good plot that is not the same.
I just lost interest in the new Star Wars films when I found out that Poe and Finn don't get together.
I mean, it was never a plot in the first one.
Oh, what? You are not watching the first one correctly.
I was watching the first one correctly.
The way they look at each other. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry, since when is looking to another man gay?
I mean, looking at another man and then biting your lower lip after you find him wearing your clothes.
I don't remember that happening. I'll have to rewatch it.
I will send you the clip. I will send, as I was joking with a friend about it, and I will send you the clip of when they get reunited and that entire scene. If you do not sense the tension there, I don't know what you're watching.
I mean, by that train of thought, you can also say Gimli and Legolas are gay, but they're not.
I mean, are they?
No, no, they're not. That's a thing that annoys me when people try to... Like, I get why you think it, but also... They're not. It's not written in canon, so they're not. That's the thing I so love that about Lord of the Rings canon. That it's only the stuff that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote is canon. It's great. It's great. It's so easy. Did he write it? No. Then it's not canon. Brilliant. It's so good. It's so good. Meaning that you can still have really good media like Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. It's just not canon, and people are at peace with that. Having said that, Tolkien fans are annoying, but are as annoying as Star Wars fans. And
from what I understand, as far as canon goes in the Star Wars universe, George Lucas is like, unless what I've written in my films or something contradicts it, I don't really care. Like, sure, it's canon until I decide it's not.
Well, that's not even the case, though. Basically, how it works, it's anything. So basically, they did a big split when Disney bought it and separated a lot of the media into legends. And basically, for canon, they only kept the movies, basically. I think they didn't keep... I think that's the only stuff they kept. Oh, and the Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah. Like, so only the movies and Clone Wars, anything directly written by George Lucas, basically.
Well, Clone Wars wasn't written by George Lucas, though. That's the thing.
I thought he was involved a lot in Clone Wars.
Not that much. It was mainly, as far as I'm aware, not that much. It was mainly written by Filoni. Filoni! We love Filoni.
I mean, obviously, it's down as, like, I'm looking up, and it's like, it's created by. So, but I mean, that's just Star Wars in general.
Yeah, but because anything before he was involved. He was involved definitely more than other things. But anything before the Disney canon was created by George Lucas. So, but he was definitely. It is one of the things he was the most involved. But yeah, they kept Clone Wars because at the time they were still releasing episodes when they bought it. It was still an ongoing show, and it was still getting a fair amount of viewers. So they didn't want to just be like, okay, all of this is non-canon, because everyone would have been mad. So yeah, it just, they kept that. And apart from that, I think all of the rest is Legends. Which made a lot of people mad, but honestly, I don't mind it that much, because having seen a lot of the shit that was going around in Legend, I was like, okay, come on, this is a bit ridiculous. Like, especially in the pre and post original trilogy stuff, there was a lot of ridiculous things, such as at one point there's this, they go to fight this character called Abeloth, which is apparently the strongest force being in the galaxy, and she's like the root of all force evil. And Luke teams up with the Sith to defeat it, and it's just very confusing. The characters become super OP, and it's just okay. I don't like what they've done. What you'll see in The Last Jedi, what they did with Luke there. But also, I don't like I feel like at least with the Disney canon, they haven't made the characters ridiculously overpowered. For example, or everything is ridiculously exaggerated. For example, in Legends, General Grievous has killed like over 100 Jedi, something like that, which is okay. Grievous was strong, but come on, 100 Jedi, that's a bit unrealistic. Whilst in the Disney canon, it's only like I think like 8, 9, a bit more maybe. Like it's in the 10.
In the film, he doesn't have that many lightsabers. He has like
six lightsabers. He has a fair amount. He has like 8 or 9, but like 8 or 9 Jedi, like, is still a huge number. We're talking about Jedi, which are the strongest warriors in the galaxy. If you've killed 8 of them already, you're pretty strong. Like, even if, however you play it, even if you do it all sneakily and silently, you're still pretty strong. You're getting the sneak on a Jedi who literally has the Force. So yeah, it's still good. I think like they fixed a lot of things which I enjoyed. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying about The Force Awakens, like, you've seen it. I think it's just a carbon copy. They could have done something better. Also, honestly, I didn't care about Finn and Poe. I didn't think were great characters anyway. Maybe the most promising possibly was Finn, because they could have done so much more with him, making him like, I don't know. They just made him a general that was there. Like, in the next movies, he's just there. So you're just sitting there going, great, Finn is doing something. But also, I don't know, I feel like they could have made him a spy in the First Order. They could have played on so many more things. They could have had so many more conflicts, so many more interesting plot arcs, but no, they didn't. And
I mean, as I said, I'll see how they go.
You need to watch them though.
Yeah, I know.
I do still recommend watching them, because so you see all. First of all, because they're Star Wars movies, and I believe Star Wars movies are just something you should like have watched at least once, because they're cult classics, and because Star Wars is such a huge franchise. But also, so you can see like all of what they did, and you can formulate an opinion. But luckily but do watch those. and then watch stuff like The Mandalorian and then you'll realize, like, fuck me, The Mandalorian is god levels of brilliance. It's amazing, honestly. It's so good. To the point where people are just saying, oh, they should just declare the sequel trilogy non-canon because it's all bad, and just make a new canon from all the TV shows they've announced, which is honestly a good idea, I think.
But no, I will let you know when I finally watch Mandalorian. I'm sure I'll like it. I just was determined to watch the films first.
Oh yeah, no, definitely watch the film first. Honestly, I'd suggest watch all the media that came before The Mandalorian. Watch that before, or at least you can watch season 1 of The Mandalorian easily without having watched anything, as long as you get a vague idea of what Star Wars is. But also get but not season 2. I recommend watching season 2 after you've watched the key episodes of the Clone Wars and Rebels, even though it's not a great series, but it's still canon. So you get so much more value out of it if you're caught up with everything, like I was. It's so much more enjoyable. It was like more so good. So yeah,
I do want to start Clone Wars, but there's just so much of it. TV series.
I don't recommend watching all of it, especially the first seasons are just shit. The animation is bad. Yeah, but I recommend finding a guide that tells you, not a super short guide, because then you'll miss out on a fair amount, but a comprehensive guide that includes most of the important bits. So that should shorten it down to about 1 or 2 seasons worth.
Disney Plus has has like a recommended essential episodes guide.
It has an Ahsoka Essentials, which just focuses on Ahsoka and misses out on a lot of things.
Okay.
So I recommend watching a more expansive guide, like something that includes a bit more content and doesn't shorten it down to like a season's worth. Like it's honestly probably you should watch around 40 episodes of the Clone Wars are actually important. So yeah, you should find. I'll find a better one now. But yeah, also Rebels.
The most important thing of Star Wars canon you need to watch is the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars special.
I haven't seen.
I watched it earlier because I was just looking for something to watch, and I saw they did a special of it, and I watched it, and it's actually really good.
Yeah.
If you find Phineas and Ferb and like a little bit funny, and you love Star Wars, it is so good.
I watched a bit of Phineas and Ferb, but never like. Never.
It was because this was after Disney had purchased Star Wars, so they could get away with whatever they wanted as far as Star Wars is concerned. They just took the piss out of the entire thing, and had even used like a lot of the same music and a few like sound clips from the films and stuff.
Okay.
It's quite funny. So it's just in the Star Wars universe, and it's basically Phineas and Ferb are characters in Star Wars, and they're having their own adventure basically while the plot of A New Hope is going on. So there's a bit of crossover between the characters, but for the most part, the main character you see like Han Solo and Luke and stuff, they're doing what they would normally be doing in the movie, and you just got Phineas and Ferb having their own little adventure on the side.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, and they've got songs in it as well. Doofenshmirtz is like a shitty Darth Vader. And I found it quite funny at least. But so I would recommend it.
I'll see.
It's only like an hour long.
I'll send you this guide. I found this guide on. It's a Reddit guide, so I don't know how worth it is.
Perfect.
It rates every episode, but
to be honest though, if I watch Clone Wars, I'm just gonna watch all of Clone Wars.
Honestly, you
decent
can
thing.
skip some episodes. There are some episodes which are really just for filler. It's like watching Naruto and watching everything. Half of it is filler. Don't watch it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
but
a
at the
waste of
same
time.
time, if I'm gonna watch something, I want to watch it all. I can't not. That's just how
Trust
I
me,
am.
I did it during lockdown, and I got bored after a while. Which is not what you want. You want to watch it all like...
Oh, I know.
You will get bored. There's so much of it. I got bored. So trust me. Skip.
I
on
was
some
amazed how
episodes.
much there was. When I had a look, 'cause I was gonna start it, and I was like, shit, there's like...
A lot of it was meant to be just a cash grab at first. That's the thing. It was meant to be just this cash thing to get some more money into Star Wars. But in the end, when they started defunding the project and people just started losing interest and only the fans remained, Filoni just started writing stuff that the fans would like. And that's how it became such a great show. And that's why it's so popular. And thanks to all of this, we have great stuff like, I don't know, the good maps on Battlefront 2, all the love for the clones. That's why we're getting so many. That's why they did season 7, the last season, the unreleased season. They did it. Disney released that. That's why we have. That's why we have good stuff like Mandalorian. Because people stuck with it and people are enjoying it. Like, a lot of characters come back in the Mandalorian, and that's why season 2 is considered so good, because it just wraps everything together. You see everything coming together. It's so good. So yeah,
I'll get onto it at some point.
Honestly,
Disney Plus is releasing so much stuff soon that I'm excited for.
Well, I don't know how soon it is. When is the new
Disney
stuff?
Plus, they've got lots of new stuff. I think they've got some more Star Wars stuff coming soon.
Yeah.
And they've got all the Marvel stuff coming.
Oh, I don't care about the Marvel stuff.
No? Not interested?
I'm so done. I watched Endgame and I was like, great. It's finished. Oh, no, it's not. Of course it's not. I mean, there's just so much. I enjoy Marvel. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the movies, but I wouldn't watch them twice.
Okay.
I just think with Endgame, they should have just ended it. It's the Endgame. Tony Stark dies. He was the guy who started it. It finishes with him dying. Great. They grieve. Captain America dies. Amazing. Well, he's not dead, but he's old. It's no, but now there's WandaVision, and they're doing a Black Widow series, and it's all stuff.
I think the whole point of it is that basically the Marvel Cinematic Universe they were creating is done. They're now creating a new one.
I know, but still, I don't know. I mean, if you like Marvel, I get it. By all means. No, I mean, it's good. It's good for the fans. It's good that they're doing this for the fans, because the fans will enjoy it. All the people who watched the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that stuff, which I honestly couldn't be bothered to watch. They might also tie it in with Daredevil, and oh no, wait, that's owned by Netflix. Oh,
yeah, I think they're keeping away from all the Netflix stuff, to be honest.
It was bad anyway, so Daredevil was, I mean, the first season of Daredevil was okay, was good, and then and I tried watching a bit of Jessica Jones and was like, got bored. And the second season of Daredevil I couldn't get through. I didn't even bother watching Luke Cage. I watched like 2 episodes of Iron Fist. That was terrible. So, and I didn't even watch Defenders, so it was just so
yeah, that was they never. I like Marvel, but none of that particularly interests me, to be honest.
So yeah, let's see. I want to see when the new stuff is coming out.
It's all starting to come out soon. Like, I know all the Marvel stuff. Like, WandaVision is out. I think it's like next week. Yeah, next Friday. Not this coming Friday, the one after.
Yeah, I know that.
WandaVision is out.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend was telling me, oh, WandaVision is coming out. I was like, Uh-huh. I don't care.
She's going to make you watch it with her, though, isn't she?
No.
No?
No.
No, fair enough. Is she going to try, or is she...
She's going to try.
Try?
And
Okay.
she refuses to watch my Star Wars stuff, so I refuse to watch her Marvel stuff.
Okay, no, fair enough. She won't watch Star Wars.
She doesn't like Star Wars. She has the dumbest
reason. Not?
No, because she doesn't like Star Wars fans, and I'm like, well, great.
Is that wait? She doesn't like Star Wars because of the fans.
Yeah. No, she's not like she does. Okay, that's wrong. It's not like she doesn't like Star Wars. She doesn't generally like Star Wars in general. She thinks it's okay, but it's not like her favorite.
Okay.
And but there's also the fact of the Star Wars fan that is dissuading her even more to watching the Star Wars stuff, because Star Wars fans are terrible, and yeah.
Fair enough, I suppose.
So yeah, it's that's why she didn't want to watch.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's the same reason why I don't watch Steven Universe. Well, I also don't watch Steven Universe because I'm 21, and because I'm in my 20s, and I don't care about. I don't care for a show that's done for kids. Well, I mean, you could say that for Well, then again, Clone Wars isn't a show that is done for kids. There's a lot of things that you'd see. A lot of people getting killed in the show that you just see literally, like, getting decapitated. Oh, in the new season, it's so cool. There's a character who's just murdering clones left and right in the most gruesome ways. And you're like, yeah, this is a kid's show. It's so cool. I love it. I love that they do that. You don't see any blood, but...
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, Star Wars Clone Wars was meant to be for kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a 6+ rating on
and there's people
Disney
getting decapitated. To be fair, come on. I never got that thing that, if it's for kid, you can't show decapitation. Fucking Attack of the Clones, I watched it when I was 3, and they decapitate Jango Fett there. You don't see any blood, and I was perfectly fine with it. Like, I don't get why you shouldn't show people getting killed as long as there's no blood, or, like, it's not done in like a violent, not violent, but like in a gruesome way. As long as it's like the Jedi killing people, it's fine. And see, they're the good guys. There's nothing bad with that. Like, don't you think?
I think fair enough. I mean, yeah, I just think they can still have all of that in a kid show. It's fine.
What are they gonna do? It's not gonna be that makes a kid violent. Come on, don't give me all that shit. Like, if we start saying that, I get swearing, fine, because kids are more likely, if they see their people in a show swearing, they're more likely to swear. That's absolutely fair enough. I understand that. Because swearing is way easier to pick up than a lightsaber or like a sword and start murdering people. Like, of course, but come on. We can't start saying that, it's because of video games that people do and start commit such horrible things like murder and genocide. No, of course not. It's not because of video games. It's because of other stuff like gun laws and all of that, and like parents not safeguarding, like they're not making sure that, like, not raising their children correctly, essentially, and like, or any support for mental health. Those are the issues. It's not video games or TV shows. So yeah, like, come on, a child is not going to be scarred by seeing someone stabbed with a lightsaber. It's not very gruesome.
Yeah, as long as you don't give the kid a lightsaber, it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. Apparently, have you seen the guys who actually made the closest thing you get to a lightsaber?
I have not. How do they manage that?
It's They make it with it's basically a high-powered blowtorch.
Okay.
To the point that it's I think it works that way. I can't remember. Didn't watch the entire video. I just saw them actually using the thing, but it looks very much that way. The beam is not as long as a lightsaber, and it's pretty cool. It actually cuts, well, more than cuts through stuff. It burns through stuff, which is what a lightsaber does anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they try to recreate the scene from Phantom Menace at the start, where Qui-Gon Jinn just stabs his lightsaber through the door and just melts through it. And they do that. That's really cool. They start cutting up like a car door, and it does that. It shows it like cutting glass. It's really, really cool. And they do it very well. They also do all the design really cool, so it looks a bit like a steampunky lightsaber. Very, very, very cool.
I think I found the one you're referring to, and yeah, it does look very cool.
They of course they do have to have a backpack behind to power it, because it needs like a tank. You can see how
it's pretty much is. Yeah, it's just a very powerful blowtorch.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's very well done. It's almost realistic. So it's very cool.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, they got the camera very well designed, so you can't see the very tip of the light.
It's not any longer than
time.
That.
It's like you can, when they just hold it up, it looks just like a blade. But then if they angled the camera up a little bit, you'd see at the top it's sort of like flickering quite a bit.
Yeah. There's a bit of a flame at the end, and it's not very long. It's like 50 centimeters long, I think, probably 60. So I don't know what's that in inches. I don't measure in inches. We're in 2021. People should just abandon imperial measurement, in my opinion. But anyway, that's another topic for another time. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying your Star Wars high.
I am. I'm sure hopefully it'll keep going for a little
bit.
Yeah,
watch the movies so we can talk about them next week. Come on, I'm excited. I want to critique the movies with you. A big critique of of all of them. We can do a big like overarching critique, because I've started rewatching the movies too. And we can have a big overarching critique of all of them, of the entire 9 movies of the 3 trilogies. Right. I think we've clocked in for time.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Right. Then, as usual, like, subscribe, everyone. Hit that bell notification. Please follow Ginja on his Twitch channel. twitch.tv/Ginja_gaming, and yeah, I'll probably be looking into uploading these also on Spotify, if we can. Ideally, that would be good as well. So I know YouTube isn't the best platform for podcasts, but it's the easiest one to upload to. So, and we're very lazy, ultimately.
Yep.
There's no denying that. And no hiding it. We're open with that. So yeah, but no, I'll look into that too. But yeah, I think for this week that is all. And yeah, I'll see you. Hopefully, see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.